Stop texting a woman who's ignoring you. Don't reach out. I get it. You want to know if she still cares or thinks about you. But here's the truth. She's ignoring you for a reason. What are you trying to prove by contacting her? Are you hoping to remind her how great it feels to be with you?
Picture this scenario. You're scrolling through social media and suddenly you see something that stops you cold. A woman in her 30s breaking down in tears, asking the same question thousands of other women are asking right now. Where are all the good men? But here's what nobody wants to talk about. This isn't just about dating anymore. We're witnessing something much bigger and more complex than anyone realizes. The loneliness epidemic among modern women has reached a breaking point, and the conversations happening online reveal patterns that go far deeper than simple dating struggles. Women from their 20s to their 40s are sharing remarkably similar experiences of isolation, disappointment, and confusion about relationships. But what's really happening here, and why does this problem seem to be getting worse instead of better? Let me share what these women are actually saying. One 35-year-old woman describes feeling completely overwhelmed by loneliness, wondering when it will finally be her turn to find love. She talks about never feeling chosen or desired, carrying this pain for 27 years. Another woman approaching 40 expresses genuine doubt about whether real love even exists anymore in their generation. These aren't isolated cases. Across multiple platforms, women are describing identical experiences. Being stood up, ghosted, and lied to within months.
Don't invest yourself in the wrong people. Because when you invest yourself in the wrong people, they break you into pieces, they torn you apart.
Crying themselves to sleep, questioning why finding a decent partner feels impossible. Women in their 40s asking where all the good men are hiding, as if there's some secret location they haven't discovered yet. The emotional toll is devastating. One woman describes feeling like everyone in her life has used her and thrown her away like trash. She's exhausted from trying and ready to give up entirely. Another talks about the specific pain of watching friends get engaged while feeling nowhere close to that milestone herself. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. These same women often admit to having very specific standards and requirements. They describe going on dates with genuinely nice, attractive, successful men, but feeling no emotional connection. One woman recalls dating someone who was kind, cute, took her on amazing dates, and made every day fun. Yet she felt nothing. She could recognize quickly that something indefinable was missing. This creates a fascinating contradiction. Women are desperately seeking connection while simultaneously rejecting men who could potentially provide that connection. They're looking for something very specific, a particular type of relationship experience, and they're willing to remain single indefinitely rather than compromise. The psychology behind this reveals something crucial about modern dating dynamics. Many women express boredom with stability and consistency. They describe good men as predictable and routine, which translates to uninteresting in their minds. There's an admission that normal feels boring, that safety and security lack excitement. Some women openly acknowledge preferring a degree of chaos or unpredictability in relationships. They want emotional intensity, even if it borders on toxicity. The reasoning often centers around the belief that if a man is too nice or too available, it must mean he doesn't have other options with women, which becomes a turnoff. This creates what relationship experts call a trap. Men start believing they need to be emotionally unstable or create drama to maintain female interest. But this strategy backfires because while women might enjoy some emotional intensity, they ultimately want stability and consistency from their male partners. The contradiction extends to age preferences and life goals. Women in their 40s express frustration when men their age show interest in younger women, especially if those men want children someday. They interpret this as men not wanting true partnerships, preferring teachable or naive partners instead.
Was I actually disrespectful? Or did I just set boundaries and because you're so used to being in control, you took it as disrespect?
Yet these same women often have extensive histories of rejecting available men throughout their 20s and 30s. The pattern suggests that when women had more options and leverage in the dating market, they frequently said no to men who were genuinely interested in serious relationships. This historical perspective matters because it reveals a timing mismatch. During peak fertility years, many women prioritize career advancement, personal freedom, and finding the perfect partner. They reject good men who don't meet every criterion on their lists. Later, when they're ready to settle down, those same men have either moved on, found other partners, or begun dating younger women. The biological reality adds another layer of complexity. Men who want biological children naturally gravitate toward women in their prime reproductive years. This isn't necessarily about insecurity or wanting someone naive. It's often about practical family planning considerations that can't be negotiated away. Social media amplifies these dynamics by creating echo chambers, where women reinforce each other's frustrations without examining their own role in the patterns they're experiencing. The constant questioning of where good men are hiding assumes those men exist in abundance but are somehow inaccessible. Radio shows from the early 2000s featured identical conversations about missing good men. This suggests the phenomenon isn't new or unique to current dating apps and social media culture. The same patterns have been repeating for decades, indicating deeper structural issues in how people approach relationships and partner selection.
Silence is not empty. It is full of answers. Once you get matured, you will realize that silence is more important than proving a point.
The independence movement that encouraged women to prioritize careers and personal fulfillment over relationships may have inadvertently created unrealistic expectations about timing and availability of quality partners. The message that women don't need men can conflict with the very human need for companionship and love. Understanding this epidemic requires acknowledging multiple perspectives. Women aren't wrong for having standards or wanting emotional connection. Men aren't wrong for seeking partners who align with their life goals and timelines. The challenge lies in the mismatch between expectations and reality, timing and biology, standards and availability. The solution isn't about lowering standards or accepting less than what brings genuine happiness. It's about honest self-reflection regarding patterns, timing, and what truly matters in long-term partnerships. It's about recognizing that perfect partners don't exist, but compatible ones do. Moving forward requires acknowledging that both men and women contribute to these dynamics. Women can examine their attraction patterns and consider whether their preferences serve their long-term happiness. Men can focus on building meaningful lives that naturally attract quality partners without resorting to games or manipulation. The loneliness epidemic among modern women reflects broader changes in society, relationships, and individual expectations. Addressing it requires honest conversations about what we truly want versus what we think we want, and whether our strategies for finding love actually support our deepest goals for connection and companionship.